This is Corbin, the Awkward Game Master, and welcome to Beyond D&D. Today we will be discussing Geist the Sin-Eater. Feel free to use the timestamps in the description below if you're looking for specific information. Today's sponsor is Matthew from Warlock's Sanctum Games. He's a professional game master, and you can find a link in the description to his Start Playing account if you'd like to hire him. Geist the Sin-Eater is a standalone RPG in the Chronicles of Darkness setting, which centers around humans who were prevented from dying by making a bargain with a powerful ghost. It should be noted that in Geist, ghosts are kind of like copies left behind when a person dies. As such, the soul of a person goes on to whatever the afterlife actually is. The underworld is not the afterlife. It is actually a realm of its own where ghosts are tormented. Unlike other Chronicles of Darkness games, there are two characters you need to create when you play Geist the Sin-Eater: the person who died, known as the Sin-Eater, and the Geist, who brought them back. Just to clarify, I will only be covering Geist 2nd Edition. I'm not familiar with 1st Edition or the old World of Darkness gameline version, Wraith the Oblivion. Geists are ghosts that drunk from the river of the underworld. During this process, they lose their memories but gain power, notably the ability to act as a replacement soul for the recently dead. When a Geist is in the mortal realm, they typically congregate towards areas that have been touched by death, typically in areas plagued by serial murders or other great tragedies. The more the area is bathed in death, the easier it is for them to create a Sin-Eater. Geists will make bargains with the recently deceased. In exchange for bringing the person back to life, the Geist will act as their soul. In this case, the dying person's soul has already gone on to whatever unknowable afterlife was destined for them, but the body hasn't really caught up yet. When a person accepts this bargain, they become a bound, and form a symbiotic relationship with their Geist. When a bound dedicates their life to protecting the dead, that is when they are known as a Sin-Eater. Think of Sin-Eater as a job title and bound as a species term. From this point on, the bound is effectively immortal. They could still die of old age, but if they die from unnatural means, the Geist will bring them back, but somebody nearby will die in their place. Not only that, but the bound also experiences that person's death. Geists and Sin-Eaters used to only stay around long enough to resolve any unfinished business from the tragedy that created them. In the rulebook, it stated that since World War II, Sin-Eaters have been sticking around for longer and longer. As such, Sin-Eaters and Geists don't have many records of their pre-World War II societies. Sin-Eaters will form pseudo-cults known as crews. They are usually formed when a group of individuals gather and share similar beliefs. Some of these crews will masquerade as secret societies or clubs. Others might even advertise themselves as a New Age religion. Secrecy is not always the operating procedures of Sin-Eaters, but it does help. Every Sin-Eater starts with their burden, which is the driving force for why your Sin-Eater took the deal to come back to life. Root is the Sin-Eater's relationship to the dead, whereas Bloom is their relationship with the living. Guys we've covered before, but synergy is the strength of the connection between the Sin-Eater and their Geist. Haunts are the magical abilities of Sin-Eaters that they channel from their Geist. Keys are used to strengthen haunts with power from the underworld, and plasma is the energy that fuels haunts, essentially ghost energy. Think of it like ectoplasm. There are 5 main types of Sin-Eaters called burdens. The abiding are Sin-Eaters who didn't leave behind a legacy. Maybe they wanted to become famous or wanted to have children. The bereaved are those who are still attached to a loved one. A good example might be Patrick Swayze from Ghost. He didn't want to move on to the next life because of his girlfriend. The hungry are those who left behind something they couldn't bear to let go. Maybe they were attached to their money or hungered to do more in the world. The kindly are the type to try and right a wrong they did in life. Perhaps they cut ties with their family before dying, or maybe they killed an innocent person. The vengeful are those who blamed someone else for their death. It could be that they were murdered, or that they associated events that led to their death with an injustice done to them. There's a lot of crossover with these archetypes, so the book leaves it up to you with how your character would interpret their death. Perhaps they got into a fight with a loved one and died crossing the road immediately afterwards. To me, that could be a bereaved, kindly, or vengeful, even hungry if I squint hard enough. Resolving a burden could lead to the Sin-Eater moving on, but also it's up to the Sin-Eater to determine when that happens. Perhaps getting revenge on the person who killed you made you realize that you need to fix a societal problem that caused that person to kill you in the first place. Unlike other Chronicles of Darkness character types, Sin-Eaters don't have formalized factions or subtypes. Instead, wherever the Sin-Eaters settle, they will form groups known as crews. These can include other Sin-Eaters, mortals, and even ghosts. More if you want to incorporate other supernatural creatures as well. Think of crews as community organizers trying to help better the tormented existence of ghosts. Crews typically fall into 5 types, but these are just suggestions. Furies are groups dedicated to enacting justice for the dead. Some might kill a murderer, but most Furies try to seek actual justice, such as confession or repentance. Mourners are dedicated to remembering the dead, and also tend to look for missing people in the underworld so that their loved ones might know their fate. They tend to be historians and scribes as well. Necropolitans protect the dead from the horrors of the underworld. They are the more social of the crews and tend to help the dead cope with their predicament. In general, this involves networking with more social individuals to help their mission. Pilgrims are dedicated to helping the dead move on to the next life. They'll help ghosts traverse the underworld and come to grips with their anchors. This form of help usually takes longer than most other crews' methods, and results in conflict with underworld entities that would seek to harm the ghosts. Undertakers try to help the living cope with death, and as a result, stop the creation of ghosts. If a person dies with no unfinished business, they won't leave behind a tormented ghost. This also helps Sin-Eater society keep secret. Again, crews can take many shapes, and these are just suggestions outlined in the book. I'm not going into detail about Sin-Eater magic called haunts, but essentially Sin-Eaters will use their Geist to manipulate themselves, the area nearby, or others. Examples might be making yourself rage, becoming invisible, fixing broken objects, or even merging with your Geist to turn your body into a weapon. This all requires plasma to pull off, but you can gain plasma by eating ghosts or ghost food, using keys, which will replenish a little bit, performing religious rites for the dead, and also helping ghosts move on to the next world will replenish all of a Sin-Eater's plasma. Additionally, Sin-Eaters can use keys to use additional attribute die to their rolls to give them a bit of a boost. This comes with a negative condition that needs to be resolved before they can use that key again. Of how to run Geist is to start off with the tragedy that led the Sin-Eaters to be created in the first place, but then focus the game on the burden of each character. This is their reason for taking the Geist bargain and should be a key touchstone for the characters to resolve. Additionally, there's the history of the Geist, which is its own mystery to solve, and at some level, Sin-Eaters want to correct what is wrong with the underworld and help protect ghosts from it. Allow your players to build their crew together. This will give them more investment in the group and will help you understand what direction the party is going to head. As for antagonists, you've got a fair number of options. Reapers are other ghosts who capture ghosts from the mortal world and drag them into the underworld. Many believe they do this for the chthonic gods that rule the underworld, but it's up to the storyteller if those actually exist. Eaters of the dead are mortals who have learned to eat ghosts. Doing so gives them access to dread powers and immortality if they keep up with it. Ghost disappearing is a good plot hook for nearby crews. Additionally, here's one that I came up with that you can use. Imagine a serial killer who kills people so that they can eat the resulting ghost. It's a weird idea. Necromancers use their powers over the dead for selfish ends. They come in a variety of flavors, but the end result is usually the same. They aren't helping the dead pass on. Instead, they're using them as tools or destroying them without thought. Other bound can be enemies as well. Not all bound become Sin-Eaters. My favorite idea of an antagonist bound is one who tricks ghosts into letting slip secrets about hidden treasure. A notorious bank robber who was killed before they could find his stash would be the perfect target for this type of bound. As always with my games, I'd like the players to create their own crew, figure out what they want to do mechanically, whether they want to save ghosts, save people before they become ghosts, etc. But I'd really want them to focus on one location as the center for all the craziness. Probably a haunted location, something like a mansion or a cemetery or some sort of like hub that they can work out of. And then I would focus on investigating murders of ghosts in that location, or maybe just helping resolve those ghosts finish their unfinished business. I'd also make sure to link the deaths of some of the ghosts with the deaths of some of the players so that there's a bit of continuity throughout the entire game. It really brings a lot to the table when your players are like, oh, that ghost that we helped the other day, he was the first victim of the person who killed me. And it leads so on and so forth to this investigation and figuring out what's happening. A podcast recommendation I have is Before the Gate by Q Times. It's only 6 episodes long, so it'll give you a good sense of the game without overstaying its welcome. Description below has the link. How would you run a Geist game, or what type of character would you play? Feel free to let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe, as that will help the channel grow. I have created a Ko-fi account if you'd like to throw a couple bucks my way. Think of it like a digital tip jar. I'd like to thank the Geist crew on the Codex of Darkness Discord channel, Primal Zed and Glatux especially for helping me with the research. If you'd like to join us over there, I've put an invite link in the description below. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has helped you better understand Geist the Sin-Eater. Thank you so much, and have a good one.